Hi everyone. Thanks for joining. I think we have quite a few folks online. We could get started. We have two topics today: DSCP resolution from TC in packet trimming and psi attribute from PAM4 I height. So I think before we get to these two, are there any urgent discussions needed for the upcoming release PRs? We could spend a few minutes on that.
So one of the reviewers on my PTP change asked if we could discuss it in this call.
I'm
just checking who that was.
Do you know who it was? Yeah.
It was Kamil Kudnik.
Oh, Kamil. Kamil's not yet on the call. Okay, let me ping him. Okay. Yeah, I think he is joining here. Okay, yeah, I think Kamil's here. Go ahead, Rick.
Okay, yeah. So, Kamil, you had a question which I didn't fully understand on my PTP psi change, and you said maybe we could talk about it on the call now. So maybe we could cover that now.
Yeah. Okay.
Rick, do you want to just put that up on the screen so folks know what
Yeah,
we're talking about?
Yeah, I'll share. Hang on a sec. So, Kamil, this was the comment that I think, in fact, I think both of these comments are probably unresolved at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my question is that you are adding this new switch attribute, which have this PTP mode, and you specified that this one overrides the one that is set on the port. But it seems like this one is actually redundant, because if port is the same as the one in the switch, this PTP mode, then nothing happens. And if port has different value than the switch value, then it's overridden by the port. So this attribute on the switch, it's like has no effect on the actual ports, or the intention different here.
No, so that's not the intent. So the point here is that if you have a switch that only supports configuration of PTP at the global level, then you have to be able to set it at the global level. So the idea would be that if someone is not using the port API at all, then they can set port PTP one step at the global level and have it apply to all ports. If they don't set anything at the global level, then it takes its default of none, and then if someone is using the port level config, well, if they set anything other than none, like if they set one step, then it will apply, but just for the one port.
Okay, then I think I missed that explanation. Then that's when it's in this nano mode, then it's not doing anything. Okay, then it makes sense. But later on, you're also asking about whether we should have another enum for that. And
I think I'm happy. I'm happy that we just have one enum and that we reuse the port one, and I think that's consistent with some other
Yeah.
with
I
other
wanted to
attributes.
suggest
So
that.
yeah, so I've changed it.
It makes no sense to have two different and exact same enums.
Yeah, if you're happy with that, can you just take a look at the latest version now that I've done that just uses a single enum, and see if we're good.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, thanks.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you. So Tejas, if you can just kick off a CI run for me on that, then hopefully it can go in.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll take care of that.
Thanks, and thanks for making
Rick.
time for that. I appreciate that.
Okay. I think, yeah, now we can get started. Marian, do you want to go ahead and share your screen?
Yes, thank you. So I have a pull request for a small enhancement in the feature that we submitted recently, a feature called packet trimming. So I'll start by, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see.
I'll start by quick reminder what this feature is about. So it is an enhancement that provides a quicker data recovery for lost packets. So when we have a congestion in the egress queue, packet trimming allows us to do two things. First is it's to try and put a packet in a different queue. But since it was dropped, there is no point in putting the whole packet with payload. We only put a portion with headers. So the other things that we used that we included in the initial proposal was that how you determine the egress queue, and the egress queue was a new egress queue or a trim queue. And a trim queue could be determined by two things: either it was hard coded or it was mapped from the SCP value. So we had attributes like trim DCP value and also queue index that we could set if the queue resolution mode was static or if it's dynamic, and we would set DCP value. Sorry, we would always set DCP value. One correction, we would always set DCP value, a new DCP value, so that a packet would also hit a different queue on every next switch in the path, but also we would do potentially a resolution of a queue. But let's focus on a DCP value. As I mentioned, we set a new DCP value for the packet to not continue on the congested path, but to use trim queue on every subsequent switch. So another thing that we are proposing is having also multiple DCP values. So it can also be beneficial to support DCP values for trimmed packets sent out via different ports. So for example, trimmed packets that were meant to be sent to hosts will get a DCP value 5, where packets that were meant to be sent to uplinks will have the DCP value of 7, for example. So it is to allow for the destination NIC when the trim packet reaches the destination to know where the congestion happened. Was it on downlinks to servers or in the fabric? And such information can be used for better decision making on how to react to the state of the network. So let me just quickly show a diagram. So it's not properly showing on the pull request. Okay, so here is how it's supposed to work. So when the packet ingresses, it is using QoS maps, it will be assigned some TC value. Let's say TC value 5. Now, let's say we have 2 packets or 2 cases for packets to be trimmed. We have port 2 and port 3, and packet can be trimmed here or here, depending on what was the egress port based on the forwarding decision. So if the forwarding decision chose port 2 and the packet is trimmed due to congestion, what happens is that while trimming, we will also assign a trim TC value, which is different from what we usually map from DSCP. So we will assign, let's say, trim TC value 7. So we changed a TC value in the packet. And now, since we have more flexibility per port, meaning that we can attach a different TC and color to queue map per port, we can achieve different DSCP values depending on what is the egress port. So let's say we're talking about P2. So P2 has TC to DSCP map, TC7 to DSCP1. So when the packet is trimmed, it will go to DCP1. When we have packet egressing port 3, we have a different map attached. So here, same TC value, TC7, our trim TC, to DCP is mapped to DCP2. So whenever we egress here, thanks to mapping, we will set a different DCP value. And now when the packet reaches destination, the destination will know that, okay, we have a problem over here versus we have a problem over there, and make a different either load balancing decision or other things. So that's the proposal and description of the proposal. If you don't have any questions, I'll move on to SAI APIs.
Maybe Marian, okay, one additional comment, okay,
Oh, yeah, go
ahead. Mapping from TC to DCP. It is existing mapping, cost mapping, okay, nothing new here. It is existing, defined in SAI, used by Sonic, okay, nothing new here.
Right, yes. So this mapping that I was showing, TC and color to DCP, we have this mapping in SAI, as Eddie mentioned. So just take one value for trim TC and then assign different DCPs in those maps. Okay, so now how the APIs look like. We have, first of all, we have 2 modes for DSCP resolution. We have mode DSCP value, which is how we used to do things previously. As I mentioned, we can just set trim DSCP with this attribute that we already have. So if we set a mode to resolution mode DSCP value, just set the value, it will be a global value. Second mode is what our proposal is about. It is resolution mode from TC. So this is a dynamic resolution. So DCP will be mapped from TC depending on the attached map. So the new thing that we will provide in that case is a trim TC value. It is only valid when we have this resolution mode from TC. So we can set this TC value. And also we have an attribute for resolution mode to actually choose one or the other. And one extra attribute that just noticed that is not present there is, as I mentioned, or also as Eddie noted, this map, we're using the existing map, right? So we need to make sure that we will reserve one value for trim TC. Which means that we need one more value. So the natural question is, how many values do we have if there's enough values on the switch that switch supports? So we are adding also this read-only attribute, max TC value. Basically, what is the maximum TC value or max number of TCs that traffic classes that switch supports. So we will know that we have enough. It's still just +1, but it's a useful thing to know or to do sanity check that provided configuration does not exceed what the switch supports. And yeah, that's it.
Marian, so already in SciSwitch.h, there's an attribute called QoS max number of traffic class. So what can we just use?
Really? Yeah. I didn't look for a full name. That's the case. Let me check. So it's called traffic class.
Yeah, max number of traffic classes.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, you're right. Okay, we already do have that. I will remove it. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't look for the full name. So thanks for that. All right.
And what will be the behavior when both? Okay, so here the resolution mode only one can be set, or it can be both can take value. I mean, say
no, just one.
Okay.
It's an enum, right? You can only set one value. Okay, thanks. No further questions. We have another PRs for today.
Yeah, thanks, Marian. Any other questions on the PR? So, Marian, I did notice that there's in your document for the resolution mode, you have something called. Oh, okay. I think I was looking at the wrong field. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. I think I'll leave a comment on that. Okay. If no other questions, then I think we can move on to our next topic.
Marian, Tejaswini, one question. Marian,
Yeah,
you
go
have
ahead.
already introduced the Q attribute, right? Now, do you have introduced any valid only check for the existing Q attribute? Because the Q and TC will be conflicting, right?
So let me share again. I have introduced a valid only field for the CP value, because the CP can be either set or for result from TC. And then Q, again, Q can either be set or result from DSCP. So there is like a chain TC to DSCP to Q. So we only need to add a new valid only condition to DSCP value attribute.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Marian.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. If not, I think Prince George can get started.
Yeah, thanks, Deshni. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am proposing, hi everyone, I am proposing today a new psi attribute for fetching the PAM4 signal I height values. So we already have an existing psi attribute called psi port attribute I values, which is basically applicable for SerDes lanes using NRZ signals. So the one that I'm proposing is for the PAM4 signals. So as you know, like PAM4 has like 3 different I's. The NRZ has only one. So the I height in PAM4 is like 1/3 of that, nearly 1/3 of that of the NRZ. And the attribute values which I am proposing is like for the I height and the I width is for each of these I's. So the I at the middle and the I height and width for the lower I, and the I height and width for the upper I. So, and this is like for each lane. The width is in picoseconds. So if your implementation doesn't support measurement of the width, then you can basically return -1. If it supports I height, then it's usually in millivolt. So if you have, let's say in your implementation, which is 112 gig SerDes, then maybe if you don't have the ability to measure I height or it is 0, then you can basically return the I height as 0. So since this is a list, so basically like it's covering all the lanes. So usually 8 lanes. So you can have populate the I height for each of your SerDes lanes with the count indicating how many lanes are accounted for in the list. And the lane number is already captured in the structure for the I values. Yeah, I think this is a simple one. If you have any questions, please let me know.
So Prince, can we use this new structure to fetch or populate the existing attribute also, the existing I values attribute as well?
The existing one is for NRZ. So I don't know. Okay, let me. So that doesn't have the those values are quite different. Let me.
So the reason I'm asking is that we should have a common attribute, the new structure, and deprecate the old one, right, or the existing one, right, or make sense.
Oh, the old one is basically like it uses the different structure values that is not applicable for PAM4. So for PAM4 there are 3 I's, right? So whereas for the NRZ it is only 1 I, right? So that has only I height and width. That's it. But here you have upper I, lower I, and the middle I, right? So you need high height and width for each of those I's. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If no questions, then I'll stop sharing.
Thanks, Brent. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, who can help review Prince and other Marianne's PRs?
Yeah, I've asked Eddie to review. Yeah, hi Eddie.
Okay, okay.
Yes, I will do it.
Thanks.
Okay. And I think I have one more PR. Eddie, you mentioned you could get somebody to review. Anybody else in this community can review. This is basically for the 1.16 release. So somebody who can review this week will be very helpful. So any volunteers? So this is for the Sync-E proposal we discussed last week.
We'll take it internally. We'll find help from someone who's an expert in that area.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah. I think, yeah, if you could get that done today or tomorrow, that would be great. Yeah. All right. Any other topic anyone wanted to bring up?
Hi, Tejaswini. So what is the plan for
Okay.
the 1.16 release? Is it imminent or?
Yeah, I think I like I said, I am looking for reviewers for 2 PRs. The minute those are merged, we'll do the release. So I am looking to that this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Create a new branch this week. Yeah. Okay. Thanks all for joining. If no other topics, then yeah, we can have some time back. Thank you.